We even joined the Civic Association here before we moved in. We were attending the meetings and everything, and we've just been heavily involved ever since. And this was originally a pioneer neighborhood where it was kind of a mixed bag of good and bad. And we moved in at that point in time and just slowly built our house up, built our lives up, and lo and behold, it's 16 years later, and we're just loving it. I retired last year, 67 years old.
Welcome to retirement land.
Yeah, and I just love it. And we moved here because it's so convenient. Downtown, Las Olas, all the shopping, the arts center, the museums, everything is just 10 blocks away.
So Bob, you said you moved here 16 years ago, and where were you living before here?
Yeah, before that, we were living over in Lake Ridge, renting though.
Okay.
At that point in time, we first rented in the area, and then decided we just liked this whole area, and then looked for something close and affordable, and this area fit the bill. You go any direction away from here, and all of a sudden the price just jumps everywhere.
The price jumps, right. So we're seeing in this area, Carmen, a lot of people come who are looking for a home in Wilton Manors. And as we know, the price point there has gone up to about $500,000 to get in. And so we got a little turtle, we got a little natural neighbor here coming through.
Yes, because
he gets fed he's here for his little treat. He's wild, he lives in the bushes, and he comes out and we give him.
Right, you go get some
I'll
lettuce.
go get him
for
some
him.
lettuce.
Yeah, we don't spray here. What I like about the area, well, let's see, we have built up actually our yard, from natural trees, native, South Florida native, drought tolerant species, which we've learned a lot by being a homeowner from the city of Fort Lauderdale. So we have
nice and private
paradise trees there that you're getting, and the mahoganies and the plumbago, and well, I can go on and on, but anyway, we don't spray. We kind of have it like a wildlife refuge with the butterflies and every bird imaginable. But anyway, we like the neighborhood real well because of all of the people that are here, just friendly people. And ever since we came down here, or we moved over into this area, we noticed how active, civically involved people are. And
it does seem like this neighborhood has a lot of activity and people are involved.
We are very much in tune with the police, with the city, with the government people, with the mayor, on first name basis with Jack Seiler, and everyone is so warm, and I don't know, we have a real friendly atmosphere. We work together with the Rob's, like he said, he's on the city Code Enforcement Advisory Board. So involvement is what we love. We love to be involved with the neighborhood and the city. And ever since we came in here, we like Rob said, we moved into, we went into the Civic Association, got on the board, and started working. And we've had marches, and we've had grant writing, and we've had all our different commissioners have helped us with parks and putting lighting and sidewalks, and it's just so such a great neighborhood to live in. And all of the people that I can really say that everybody knows each other in this
Everybody does, yeah.
So it's like it really is like a family, I can tell you, that everybody knows each other.
Well, it sounds like a lot of the people that live here are not only are good neighbors, but they also have some type of social responsibility. You were saying that a lot of people are committed, and Rob, you were telling me about these book houses.
Oh yeah. Right now I'm making little house libraries. It's actually a nationwide program. And I make these tiny, cute little houses that go up in various parks, schools, recreation centers, wherever, and particularly in the poor areas. And they're filled with books. And it's see a book, take a book.
See a book, take a book.
Yeah. And it's just free books for the kids. They get stocked up on a regular basis, and that is just growing and growing. I've done over a dozen of them already.
How did you get in? Was that a community association involvement, or
that is
how did that work?
The city started that. It's the volunteer director of the city that is very active here. I'm also in like Adopt a Neighbor, where we power wash, clean, paint, clip, when people get in trouble. I'm on the code enforcement board, and I like to tell people, first I fine you, then we make it better.
So in other words, you're not trying to penalize anybody. You're really trying to
No.
help them understand what safety is all about. And
yeah, we tell people we're misnamed. We really should be the code compliance board. We just want people to comply. You'd be the first one to come and want the city's hide if during a storm the neighbors, improperly planted gazebo blows through your front window.
Right.
So yeah.
So you've been here for 16 years, and when you walk, do you ever walk the neighborhood? Do you ever take advantage of places to walk to?
Sure.
Where do you go?
Sure. Well, my mom, she lives with us, and she walks freely on Northwest 3rd Avenue. She exercises, and Rob is known to walk down to the gas station, and we go to the Home Depot, and he even walks to the doctor. I mean, there's no problem with walking. We don't have a.
Sure. Well, there's two easy parks. You have, Warfield Park, just 4 blocks over. The Middle River Park is just down off Old Dixie. There's a 3rd park over in Smyrna itself. I don't go to that one so much. I go to the other 2 more. And there's ample eating places, all within a quick walk. I do a lot of volunteer work. I've even walked to City Hall. It's only 2 blocks that way and 11 that way. Not very far.
So it's an easy neighborhood. So if you have people that are coming from like geographically city centers like New York City or Boston who are used to walking, that's not a bad walk for them.
And if you don't want to walk, it's 1 bus ride here to downtown. Boom. I mean, that's it. It's a quickie. There's even talk of extending the free trolley up here. We're upgrading 13th Street as we speak.
So tell me about what they're doing with 13th Street. I kind of wanted to hear about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's Rob's on that CRA board, which we didn't have that before, but now there's a CRA, so there's a lot of new development and a lot of new businesses. We have the Warsaw Coffee, which we love to go down there, and there's some other new businesses that I think you know more about that than I do.
What's happened is there's a new concept out called complete streets. Florida is known for having some of the worst pedestrian fatality rates in the country. And Fort Lauderdale aims to change that big time. And part of the planning is this complete street, where you make it a complete street so that not only are cars happy, but pedestrians, bicyclists, and others, rollerbladers,
everybody stays safe.
All be happy there. And you also make it complete by filling in the green canopy, making it more inviting. So we're taking a 4-lane street that right now it's basically the rush hour overflow for Sunrise Boulevard twice a day as the cars go speeding by in a wall. And they're going to take it, turn it into 2-lane, lots of plantings, roundabout, art installations, 4 or 5 art installations on the street, and just extra benches, on-street parking for the local businesses. It's going to be our little neighborhood's main street.
So I would think once you make the neighborhood more pedestrian friendly, that's going to increase the home values, because people are going to feel, number one, they can walk freely anywhere in the neighborhood, and number 2, or they could bike, for example. They could walk to the store, to the restaurant. Are you seeing any resurgence of new restaurant activity or things to do?
Absolutely. The Tap 52 brand, very successful. Started a franchise now, and they have a new concept, the Warsaw Coffee, and that's their first one is on 13th Street. It's always packed, and there's a lot of
young people I've noticed. I mean, in this area, a lot of millennials. I mean, everyone's there with their laptop, and I mean it's packed, and so there's a lot of young people that I see moving in here. And
they even have the high-powered data port if you have your Tesla. You can plug right in there for free.
Well, it's funny about the Warsaw, because as a coffee shop, I love coffee, and I love hanging out in little coffee houses. And each time I go in there, it seems like it's almost like a library. It's quiet, and there's people that are with their Apple computers or their iPhones or their tablets or whatever, and they're serious doing business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We love the food. We go all the time. We go there so much they gave us free desserts yesterday. Oh, you guys are worth it. You're here in your regs.
But really, overall, I mean, the city of Fort Lauderdale, and along with they work with the neighborhoods, in different neighborhoods. I mean, we are a city of neighborhoods, and certainly with our neighborhood, South Middle River, it has definitely come up, with the name of South Middle River, which before they used to just call us, the Platte name Progresso.
Right?
But and we fought. We said, hey, our name is South Middle River, and the boundaries are, and and we would tell them the boundaries of this neighborhood, and so it's really come a long way with the help of the city and all of the fabulous people that are living in here, and I can name them, one by one. I could name 20 people, and over the years have just, helped this area, starting with Doug Blevins and Ted Galupski and Dave DeBellis and Jay Herring and on and on and on. Paul Ayala and PJ Espinal, and oh my goodness, so many.
All these nice, wonderful pioneers.
Yes, Ann Sparks and I mean Donna Collins and on. Donna Lee Minot. Everybody is just so helpful into making this area what it is today. I mean, it has just blossomed because all these people have really made it a wonderful neighborhood. So we're happy.
So I want to wrap it up, but I want to talk to you about a new term that I'm reading about in real estate, and it's called suburban, and it's really the combination of an urban area, which kind of feels like the suburbs, but has access to city services or museums or coffee shops or schools or libraries. And typically, one of the characteristics of a suburban area is that you see a mixture of two types of people, and that is millennials, those 30-somethings, and also baby boomers, those that are 55 and plus. Have you seen that happen in this neighborhood?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
big time.
sure.
We're the perfect example. The baby boomers who have come here, and we're just doing it. Things went bad in 08 with the big crash and all that. The number of houses went up on the market. Some got absolutely trashed. If you just go up to the corner now, the first three all recently rehabbed within the last year.
Really?
Beautiful, and it's the young folk in all of those houses. But you couldn't nail it better with that suburban designation, because you go 12 blocks this way, you're in the heart of downtown, business, all, etc. If I go 12 blocks this way, my little boat here, I'm launching it at the dock where it's quiet and lapping waters. It's like you're in the country. Look, we have the convenience of and the proximity to downtown for real easy access. Look, this yard is just a paradise. It's like a suburban paradise here with just vegetation everywhere and our laid back country lifestyle with the boats and everything.
Right in the middle of the city.
Where else within the middle of the city can I say I have 3 landings within a mile of here where I can put my boat in? 3.
That's amazing. Amazing.
We could walk. There's a Winn-Dixie back here that we could walk to, and there's some little grocery stores, but yeah, there's shopping and it's
the new Italian
convenient.
restaurant just opened. There's a new
It's
sandwich shop
convenient.
going to go in across from Warsaw. There's also talk down the drawing board of a new trendy restaurant just down on 4th a little. He wants to take 3 of those containers and like weld them together in this modern artsy architectural dramatic thing, and have these outdoor things going on there, and having it this real ultra restaurant. That's still up in the air, but that's something that could come. This area is really starting to pop.
I just remembered something that the city just recently, and the sidewalks, they put those for handicap, the wheelchairs. And
Right, make it accessible.
As far as that goes, I mean, it's very accessible. We have some, disabled people in this neighborhood, and I see them. There's a lot of walkers. There's just people walking, So there's definitely, it's definitely like what you're using that term. And I see it more and more as other neighborhoods in this area, Progresso Village, Flagler Village, I can't remember the names of the different neighborhoods, but down here, Lake Ridge, I see that everywhere, where everybody's being connected by these friendly concepts that the city is putting together with the bicycles and pedestrians being able to walk. And so I see it coming up even more in that, using that term, suburban,
yes.
where I see it more and more as more buildings and everything seems to be more accessible. And so,
Well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity to come and meet with you today, Rob, and also with you, Carmen.
thank you.
I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you around the block.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So long.